Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Do you remember when you were a kid and you literally loved going to theater camp, going to choir class, going to after school drama club, taking dance classes, any opportunity you got to see a play, you just loved anything having to do with theater, the arts, creativity? Do you remember that feeling, right? If that was you, then you will love today's episode. Today is all about how we can engage in that same passion and build that same passion and have that same passion that we did for the arts, for performing when we were younger. How can we now translate that to our lives as adults? How can we translate that to what we're doing in our goals as performers, now that we are in adulthood? So that's what I want to chat about today. Real quick update. By the way, hi, I'm Estelle. If you don't know me, if you've never listened to this show before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Those of you who do listen, hey, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. The show is all about helping you build confidence as a singer and a performer in your adult years, especially for my girlies, because I know most of you guys are women listening out there. So, hey, I'm right there with you. I went from medical school to now studying music and getting my master's in music and music education. And I'm a teacher. I teach voice and music. And I'm also a performer myself. So I know what it's like to be pursuing this as an adult, even though that wasn't your initial plan. And so if that's you, hey, I'm so glad to meet you. Thanks for being with me on this journey. Quick update before I get into the meat of the episode. For the structure of this podcast, if you don't know, I started this podcast in 2021 and have always released podcast episodes on Mondays as my main day. And this year I started adding Thursdays as well, really consistently. But I want to let you guys know, so I'm going to keep going with that. But Mondays, I want them to be more technique, practical singing and performing tips, more of the practicalities. And maybe also my interviews will be on Mondays, any interviews that I do. So Mondays will be more technique, practical singing tips, and probably a little bit longer. But Thursdays are going to be my usually shorter, more conversational, checking in, chatting, and also sharing inspiration, sharing my thoughts, sharing my journey, and also inspiration with you guys. Encouragement that you can take to help you push through the end of the week. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of what the structure is going to be for episodes. I've been doing that but I wanted to really put my stake in the ground and let you know that's what I'm going to be doing we'll try that out for the rest of the year. As long as I can, and then I'll let you know if anything changes. But that's kind of what the structure is going to be. Hope you guys like that. And also on those Thursday episodes that are more chatty, shorter, but more conversational and inspirational, I'm also going to try to read reviews and answer any questions that I get in the Facebook group or the Instagram community. So by the way, let me know if you have any questions. Come over to our community group. We have it on Instagram and on Facebook. So you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/community and choose which one you would like to join. It's free, but that's where you can ask questions and I will answer. I check in on those groups every week, and I would love to chat with you guys more, one-on-one. Because with the podcast, you can't really talk back to me, but you can join one of those community groups and we can talk in there. You can also leave a review, and that's an amazing way for you to share with me what you like in the show and what you want to hear more of. If you have any questions, you can put them in a review as well. So if you haven't left a review, please make sure to go leave one. I would love to see that there. And so on Thursdays, I will be reading any reviews that I see, as well as answering questions from the Facebook group and the Instagram group. And so, yeah. Any more announcements? Oh, you can always come follow me on Instagram as well. If you have questions that you want to DM me about, you can follow me on Instagram at creativelybyestelle. So I think that's all that I have in regards to announcements. Okay. All right. Again, thank you so much for leaving reviews. Thank you so much for connecting with me in the community groups. I really appreciate it. Okay, so again, think back to when you were a kid, right? You loved going to theater camp. You loved drama class. You loved choir. You loved dance. And maybe you had that excitement when you heard about auditions for solos in the school choir, or when drama auditions came around for the spring show, the fall musical, right? And you begged your parents for dance classes. You were looking up how to dance, jazz dances on jazz dance videos on YouTube to brush up on your skills as a dancer. Okay, I'm basically just describing myself. This is what I did. Like, I would look up how to dance videos for jazz and ballet and stuff on YouTube in maybe high school and stuff, middle school, high school, when YouTube was more around, more of a thing. And yeah, I wanted to brush up on my dance skills. And that was something that I did in my free time, you were willing to do whatever you could just to be in a creative space and to do what you loved to do, which is to perform. That's how I was. And if that's how you were too, I want to encourage you that we can still be artists and feel creative and tap into that passion that we had as kids, even now as adults. Somehow, somewhere, I know we might have lost it. We lost some of that passion and that fire. But I want to encourage you that we can find it again. And I have just a couple things that I think you can do today, really simple, to start to tap into that passion that you had for pursuing your goals as a performer. When you were a kid, you had a goal to get that solo in choir. I don't know, maybe that was just me. I wanted to get that solo, I had the goal, I wanted to rock that audition. Did I just say rock that audition? Yes, I did. I wanted to rock that audition for the drama production, right? And I pursued that with fire. And I want to keep pursuing these goals that I have now as an adult with that fire and that passion. And I want you to do that as well. So first thing that I would, that I want to advise you to do, first thing that I think we should both do, is to think of one thing that you loved, one goal that you had as a theater choir kid. Just one thing. Was it to audition for a solo and to get a solo in choir? Was it to audition for a lead role in a production? Was it that you wanted to take a dance class? Was it that you really wanted to take a voice lesson? You really wanted to take a piano lesson? Write down whatever that goal is that you had when you were a child, when you were a kid. Okay, so I'm going to sip my coffee while you write that down. Okay, have you written down the goal? Okay, so now your plan, your goal for this weekend / next week is to do your very best to do the equivalent of that goal this week as an adult. So if your goal was that you wanted to get into the honors choir at school in your high school, then this week you're going to look up a local choir or your church choir or something, and you're going to see what their audition process is, and you're going to go for it. You're going to start planning towards it. There you go. Okay, maybe your goal was that you really wanted to take a dance class. When you were younger, you really wanted to get into jazz dance classes or ballet classes. Okay, now your goal for the next week is to look up ballet classes for adults near you. And you're going to sign up for a ballet dance class as an adult. All right, so those are some examples. Whatever it is for you. Maybe you're going to go to an audition. Maybe you're going to take a voice lesson. Whatever it is, the next week, I dare you / encourage you with excitement, because I know you can do this, to do the equivalent of that goal that you had as a kid that you were so passionate about. Try that. Try to pursue it in your own way as an adult this week. And in doing that, and I'm going to pursue my own goal as well. And in doing that, we are going to start to build that same passion that we had for the theater and for the performing arts, for singing, for creativity that we had as kids. We're going to build that in ourselves again as adults. Are you ready? Are you ready to do this? You can do this. Okay, that is my advice. That's my tip for this week. In order to build that same passion that you had as a kid, I really, really encourage you to do that one thing, that one goal Do it this week as an adult and see what happens. See how encouraged you feel. See how excited you feel. See what the results are. And I'd love to hear about it. Again, you can leave a review or you can come visit me at creativelybyestelle.com/community and let me know in the community group, either one of them, just post in there. What is the goal that you had as a child that you're now going to pursue as an adult? Like the equivalent to that as an adult. Let me know. I would love to hear about it and support you and encourage you in it. How exciting. We are going to build that same passion that we had for the performing arts as kids. We're going to build that in ourselves as adults. It is possible. We can do it. It takes commitment and it takes setting goals and going after them, right? And that is what we've done today. So make sure you come. Let me know what that goal is. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/community. Come check out the community groups and post in there. Anyone is welcome to post in there. So go post in there what your goal is, and I'm going to keep you accountable. I'm going to check in with you, and I'm so excited to see what your goals are, okay? Yay, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope this inspired you and encouraged you and just really lit that fire of passion for performing in you as well. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.